Krishna Charitamrita, Adi Lila, Volume 1, Chapter 1, Text 1, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on March 25th, 1975, in Mayapur, India.
Isha bhaktan, isham, ishavatarakan, tat prakashamscha, tat shakti, Krsna Caitanya sambhakam. Krsna Caitanya is Krishna that was observed by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He composed 100 verses praising the glories of Lord Chaitanya. But because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was playing the part of a devotee, he toned out the slokas because this is not for me. That was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's humbleness. But the devotees know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna nahe anna. Radha Krishna combination of Sri Chaitanya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu means Radha and Krishna combined. In the beginning there is Krishna, and then Krishna divided into two, Radha and Krishna, and then again combined. That is Sri Chaitanya. Radha Krishna Pranaya Brikiti Alladini Shakti Rasma Ekatmanavapi Deho Vedo Gato Dho Chaitanya Prakatamadhuna Tadvayam Chaikamarta. The Goswami Siddhanta that Krishna is one. There is no rivalry with Krishna. God is one. Eka Brahma Ditya Nasti. There cannot be many gods. So, when God, Krishna, wants to enjoy his pleasure potency, that is Radharani. So, he manifests himself, manifests his energy and he, there is no difference. Shakti, Shakti Matayo, Abheda. The Shastra says Shakti and the Shakti Mat, and one who possesses the Shakti, Shakti means power, potency, they are equal. There is no difference. Just like the sun. Sun is the powerful, and the sunshine is the power. So, there is heat in the sun and there is heat also in the sunshine. There is light in the sun and there is light in the sunshine also. Therefore, qualitatively they are one, so far heat and light is concerned. But the temperature of the sun and the temperature of the sunshine may be different. Maybe not, actually there is difference. This is the basic principle of all philosophy. Achinta Veda Ved. Achinta means inconceivable. Veda means different, and Aveda means non-different. The whole situation, the one is there, God, but he has expanded himself in different way. Eka Bahushyam. So that is described here. Krsna Caitanya Sangakam. Krsna Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he has expanded himself as Guru. The Guru, the spiritual master, he is also Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sakshad Harittena Samasta Shastrai Rupta. In all the Shastras, Guru is accepted as Krishna. Sakshad Harittena. Sakshad means direct. Just like you offer your devotion, respects to Guru, so that respect is offered to Krishna. Guru also does not think himself that he is Krishna, but he collects the devotional services of the disciples to offer to Krishna. This is the process. We cannot approach Krishna directly. We should approach through Guru. Tasmad Gurum Prabhaddhita Jignasu Se Uttamam. That is the injunction of the Shastra. The one should approach the Guru who can transfer the service from the disciple to the Supreme Person. So, therefore, the first offering is Guru, Bande Guru. Then Guru creates many devotees. Guru's business is to canvass on behalf of Supreme Lord. That is Guru's business. Krishna says, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sarvam Bhaja. You give up all material enemies. Sarvadharman means in the material world we have created so many so-called duties. This is our material disease. People are interested in material engagements and they have created different varieties of engagements. Sociology, communism, thisism, thatism, philanthropism, altruism, internationalism, nationalism, many duties they have created. That is all material. Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, stop the children. Out of his causeless mercy, he comes, he descends. Jada jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bhava. Glani, this is glani. Human life is meant for one thing, athata brahma jigyasa, to inquire about the supreme absolute truth. But instead of doing that, they have created so many isms. That is their misfortune. Real business is athata brahma jigyasa. This human life, nature gives us the opportunity to inquire about the absolute truth. We have got the intelligence. The cats and dogs, they have no intelligence to inquire about the absolute truth. The trees, the plants, the aquatics, the animals, the beasts, the uncivilized man, so many, 8,400,000 forms and species of life. Out of that, the civilized man, the Aryans, Arya. Arya means the person who has got godly qualification. This is the meaning of Arya. Aryan, advanced. Aryan does not mean godless society. They are non-Aryans. Real Aryan means, because we are part and parcel of God, naturally we have got, in minute quantity, the qualities of God. That is natural. But on account of our material association, those qualifications are covered by upadhi, by various designations. This is our material disease. Material disease means just like a gold is covered by dirty things. Similarly, we are actually gold. Because part and parcel of Krishna, we are small Krishna. Very small. But we are also the same quality. But it is covered. This is our disease. And this covering are going on in different names. Socialism, communism, and this is so many. I am Indian, I am American, I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am white, I am black. These are all designations. So it is the business of the Guru to clear up this designation, dirty things. Therefore, Bande Guru Isho, Guru, first offering, because he is the agent of Krishna. Krishna says that you give up all this designated dharma. Take to real dharma. Sarva dharman parittajya mam ekam. That is your real business. But even Krishna does not fail, but Krishna does not force. See, even upon the request of Krishna, we do not give up our designation. This is the difficulty. Krishna said, Sarvadharman parittajya mam ekam saranam. When nobody practically except the Pandavas and few other devotees, nobody took it seriously. And what to speak of now? They are talking of Bhagavad Gita, scholars of Bhagavad Gita, but without Krishna. That is their business. These demons, they are preaching Bhagavad Gita without Krishna. Nobody preaches about Krishna. Nobody says what Krishna wants. Sarvadharman parittajya, Krishna wants this. But they are misinterpreting in different way and diverting the attention of the people most foolishly that in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is the center. So this is going on. You know, you are coming all from foreign countries. Bhagavad Gita is popular in your country, at least amongst the scholars and theosophists and theologists, going on for the last 200 years at least. But nobody understood Krishna. That is the difference. Now for the last, say, 5 or 10 years, because we are presenting Krishna as it is, it has become very easy for you to accept it. Unadulterated Krishna. Before this, everything was presented adulterated. Therefore there was no effect. So, if you push on this movement, unadulterated Krishna, it will go. It will go on. And as soon as you adulterate Krishna, it will not go. It will not be effective. You may be a very good scholar or very good politician or this or that, but he will never understand what is Krishna. Naham prakasa sarvasya yoga maya samaviti. If you want to pollute Krishna, Krishna will never be revealed to you. Sevanmukhi jivhadam swayameva surya. So, by the grace of Krishna, you have taken the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. It is great fortune for you. So, do not adulterate Krishna. That is my request. Try to understand Krishna. And to understand Krishna, the Krishna himself taught, that was also difficult, then Krishna Chaitanya teaching us how to approach Krishna. That is Chaitanya Chaitamrita. Chaitanya means spiritual, living, and Charitra means character. So Chaitanya Chaitamrita means that the supreme living force, Krishna. The living force is Krishna. Therefore we contradict the so-called scientific theory that life has come from chemicals, matter. No. We are trying our best. We have engaged our scientist students. One student has already written one small book, The Scientific Basis of Krishna Consciousness, and we are going to publish another book. I have given instruction to the scientist students. What is the heading of that?
Life comes from life.
Life comes from life. Yes, life comes from life. That is the fact. This modern scientific, so-called scientific theory that matter, life comes from matter, that is not fact. Because our original person, Krishna said, Aham sarvasya prabhava. Aham, this aham word is applicable to a person. Person. And person means living force. So Chaitanya Chaitamrita means that living force is a person and his charitra, his characteristic. This is Chaitanya. And that is Amrita. Amrita means not dead matter. Mrita means dead. And Amrita means not dead, living force. So, his living force, his characteristics are also living force. And they are, because living force, they are Amrita. Na hannate hannamane sarire. We have got experience what is living force and what is dead matter. That we have got experience. That is further explained by Krishna. That living force means na hannate hannamane sarire, na jayate, na mriyate kadachit. That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. The living force is not finished even after the annihilation of this body. Very nice statement by Krishna. We can understand living. In the life, when we are alive, the body is moving, we can understand what is living force. And we can understand further when the body does not move. That depends why the body was moving and why the body is not now moving. If we simply study this difference of position, we can understand what is living force. It is not very difficult. Simply we have to understand now this living force is gone out of this body, therefore the body is no longer moving and it is a dead matter. This is it. So this Chaitanya Charitamrita means we are talking of the living force, not of the dead matter. We should always remember. So the Guru belongs to that living force. And Isha means controller. Everyone, that living force. Gurun, Isha Bhaktan, Isha Bhaktan and Isham, so they are all living force. The Lord, His devotee, His representative, everyone, they belong to the spiritual platform, living force. Chaitanya Sangakam. Chaitanya means living. That personification of all living forces is Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. People mistake Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because by misfortune they understand Krishna Chaitanya as a devotee or just like so-called sadhu or yogi, like that. That is mistake. Krishna Chaitanya means the original living force Krishna. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he understood him. Srila Rupa Goswami, he understood him. Similarly, the followers of Rupa Goswami, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and all the Goswamis, they will understand Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and one who understands or follows the path enunciated by Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for them Krishna is very easily obtained. This is called Chaitanya Charitamrita. If you follow Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mission is described by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Shariradhari, Purana Purusha. I just now forget that. Vairagya, yes. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Shikhartham Eka Purusha Purana Sri Krishna Chaitanya Shariradhari Kipam Budejja Stamaham. So Sri Krishna Chaitanya is the same Krishna, Purana Purusha. Adam Purana Purusha. Purana Purusha means Krishna, the original personality of God. Very old. Purana means very old. Vairagya Vidya Shikhartham. Because we are suffering here on account of so many designations. So Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to purify us from all these nonsense designations. That is called Vairagya. Raga means attachment. So, and Viraga, this false attachment we have to give up. That is practically being manifested by practical life. How to love Krishna, how to approach him. That is the characteristic of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and therefore he is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, Krishna Varnam Tisha Krishna. Krishna Varnam, he belonged to the same category, Krishna, or he is describing Krishna always. His only business is to describe Krishna. But his complexion is not Krishna, Akrishna. Akrishna, there Akrishna means white, because Krishna had many colors. One of the color was Pito, golden avatar. So, Tisha Krishnam Sangha Pangaska Parsadam. This Sangha Pangaska Parsadam is described here, that Gurun, Isham, Isha Bhaktan, Isha Avatarakan, Tat Prakashanscha, Tat Shakti. This is Sangha Panga. So, study this Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now we have got this English edition, very elaborately described, following the footsteps of our Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada. So, there is no such edition of Chaitanya Charitamrita, very elaborately described, but it can be understood by the advanced student. It can be, and so advanced student, anyone you can become advanced. Advanced means at least one should understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. If you simply understand these two words, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God, then you are advanced. It is not very difficult. Everything, all Vedic literature, they are meant for understanding Krishna. Vedaishcha sadvai ahameva vedam. So if you simply understand, what is that understanding? That Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. We have written in our Krishna book, Krishna the Supreme Personality. If you become convinced, then your study of Vedas finished. Stepus tapaste sushnu adya. Anyone who understands Krishna, what is that understanding? Krishna says, Matta paradaram nanna kinchijasti dhananja. My dear Arjuna, there is no more superior, authority or person or truth than myself. Matta paradaram nanna kinchijasti dhananja. These few words, if you simply understand, blindly or openly, it doesn't matter. Because if you touch fire, either blindly or openly, it will act. It will act. It is not that because I have blindly accepted Krishna as the Supreme Person, that will not act. No, it will act. Even if you have accepted Krishna blindly, it will act. Because the thing is the same. Either you accept in open eyes or blind eyes. Similarly, if you accept this theory, this is not theory, this is fact, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. These few words. Then you are advanced to it. Immediately. Take it from me. That simply this conviction that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God, then you are advanced to that in spiritual life. So, all these persons associate with Krishna, Sri Krsna Caitanya, Sri Nityananda, Sri Advaita, and Gadadhar, and Srivas, all of them, they are one. One in this sense, they are all interested how to push on Krishna consciousness. Sri Krsna Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he is trying personally, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu, Srivas, Gadadhar, they are trying to help. And to approach all these five Supreme Persons, he requires the help of Guru. Therefore, the Guru is offered first, the respectful prayer, Bandi Guru. Gurun, Bahuvachan, plural number. There are many Gurus, but they are not many, they are one. Guru Tattva. Just like Krishna has many forms, but that does not mean Krishna is different. No, Krishna is one. Similarly, Guru, there may be many Gurus, it doesn't matter. But their philosophy must be one, to teach everyone that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. So there may be thousands of Gurus, but the Guru's business is to teach the disciple that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. That is the taste of it. If Guru is teaching something else nonsense, then he is not good. Guru na sasyat. Satkarma nipuna vipra mantra tantra visara. A Brahmana is very expert in his business, in Vedic culture, Vedic mantras, tantras. That is the taste of the Brahmana, that he is very learned. So Satkarma nipuna vipra mantra tantra visara. Visara is a very expert. Vaishnava guru na sasyat. But if he does not know what is Krishna, or if he is not a devotee of Krishna, he cannot become Guru. Shad Vaishnava Sapacha Guru. But one person who is coming from the family of dog eaters, the dog eaters, they are considered to be the lowest of the human beings. So, sapacha means, sa means dog, and pacha means eater or cooker.
Next is a class on the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, Volume 1, Chapter 1, Text number 3, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on March 27th, 1975, in Mayapur, India.
What the Upanishads describe as the impersonal Brahman is but the effulgence of his body, and the Lord, known as the Supersoul, is but his localized plenary portion. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself, full with 6 opulences. He is the Absolute Truth, and no other truth is greater than or equal to him.
Jadadvaitang Brahma Upanishadi Tadapashatanuha Ja Atmanta Jami Purusha Iti So Asa Angsa Vibhava Sarai Sajjai Purna Jo Bhagavan Iha Sasayamayang Na Chaitannat Krishna Jagati Paratattang Paramya. Now the author Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is establishing with great stress that na Chaitannat Krishna Jagati Paratattam Paramya. There is no greater truth than Krishna Chaitanya. We are after truth. So, here the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita is asserting that here is the supreme truth, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not Chaitanya, Krishna. Krishna, because Krishna has appeared as Krishna Chaitanya. We have explained this truth yesterday, but according to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's declaration, Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Shikkhartham Eka Purusha Purana. Purusha Purana. Purusha Purana is Krishna. Purusha is Purusha and Purana, Adyam, the original person. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhaja. In many Vedic literature, Krishna is described as the Purana Purusha, the oldest. Purana Purusha Navajauvanancha. Although he is the oldest of all, still he is always like fresh youth, Navajauvanam. So, how it is possible that they are trying to understand God. Sometimes they paint the picture of God as a very old man, because he is the original person. By this time he must have become very old. This is imagination. This is not actually the form of the Lord. The form of the Lord is there in the Brahma Samhita and other Vedic literature. Even Shankaracharya, who is impersonalist, he has accepted Lord Krishna as the Supreme Narayana. In his comment on Bhagavad Gita, he says, Narayana parah abhaktyat. Narayan is beyond this material creation. And while describing Narayan, he has affirmed Savagavan Sang Krishna. That Narayan is Krishna. and he has clearly mentioned, now he has appeared as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. To confirm, just like identification is confirmed when the father's name is there. So Krishna is Paratattva, accepted by all acharyas. We are not talking of the fools and rascals who are theorizing without any knowledge. We are concerned with the authorities. The authorities, especially in India, the whole Vedic system is being followed by the people under the authorities of the Acharya. Acharyavan Purusha Veda, one who is fully following the path of the Acharyas, he knows. Acharyavan Purusha Veda. We cannot accept anyone as authority if he does not follow the parampara, disciplic succession of Acharya. That is the Vedic system. Evam parampara praptam imang rajarsayo vidu. So, Krishna is Paratattva. Na Chaitanyat Krishnat Javati Paratattvam Paramya. He is very emphatically asserting that there is no more greater truth than Krishna and Krishna Chaitanya. So, according to the Vedic system, if you say something very emphatically, you must prove by Vedic evidences. Otherwise you can go on talking, nobody will hear. Sometimes people ask us about Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so what is the Vedic evidences? So that Vedic evidences will be given later chapters of Chaitanya Charitamrita. He is not falsely asserting. Kaviraj Goswami is very, very advanced devotee and scholar. He is not ordinary human being. He was empowered by Madan Mohan. So, nobody should try to write any Vedic literature. Vedic literature means the Shruti, Smriti, Purana, they are Vedic literature. Therefore, Srila Rupa Goswami has also confirmed Shruti Smriti Puranadi पांचरात्रि की विधि बिना ओकांत की हरे भक्ति उत्पाताय बकल उत्पात simply disturbance jatamat tatamat. I can manufacture my own way. This rascaldom has been condemned by Srila Rupa Goswami. He says that Harer Bhakti, you will find many so-called bhaktas crying, falling down on the ground, but immediately after he is smoking bidi. So why this is going on? Because they do not follow the injunction of Srila Rupa Goswami. Chanting, dancing very loudly, and after the performance is finished, I have seen it. Can you give me a bidi? You see? My throat is now dried up. So this is utpat. Srila Rupa Goswami has described this kind of so-called devotional attitude is simply disturbances. They imitate. Imitate. Therefore Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has condemned. There are so many upasampradaya going on in the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotee. Who are they? Aul, Baul, Kattavaja, Nara, Darbesh, Sai, Sahajiya, Sokibeki, Smarta, Jadgonsai, then Otibari, Churadhari, Gaurango Nagari. Tuta kahe ei taror sanga nahi kori. Tuta Babaji. He says, I do not associate with these classes of men. So, after disappearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so many apasampradaya sprang up. So we should be very much careful. The sampradaya means who are carefully following the Vedic principle. Therefore, Sri Kaviraj Goswami, although asserting the truth, he is prepared to give Vedic evidences. Now he has begun. The Vedas, they begins with the Upanishad. Vedanta Sutra, Upanishad, they are all Vedic literature. Puranas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, they are all Vedic literatures. 4 Vedas, Sam, Yajur, Atharva, then the Upanishad, then the Vedanta Sutra, then Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam and Vedanta Sutra is the same thing. It is explanation. Therefore, at the end of each chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated by Vyasdev, Brahma Sutrasya Bhashya. Srimad Bhagavatam means comment on the Brahma Sutra. Brahma Sutra is the gist code of all Vedic literature. And then it is explained. Athata Brahma Jigyasa, that is explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Jivasya Tattva Jigyasa. Jivasya, for living being, the only business is to inquire about the absolute truth. That is the only business. People are in trouble because they have given up their real business. Human life is meant for this business, Brahma Jigyasa, to inquire about the absolute truth. We have been given so many facilities by nature. There are so many living entities. They are standing on the ground for many years, the trees, the plants, and the aquatics for many, many years they are in the water, the flies and insects for many, many years they are in that condition, and gradually by evolution we come to this form of human life, especially the Aryans, the advanced, civilized human being. He has got all the facilities. The uncivilized man live in the jungle and they cannot utilize the resources. Ask them to stop. So, therefore Narottam Das Thakur, in very simple Bengali song, he says, Hari Hari Bifale Janama Goai. This is our life. We have got this human form of life, but we are simply spoiling it. This is the whole situation. In this movement we are traveling all over the world, and according to our views, how they are spoiling their very valuable human life in false identification that I am this body. Everyone, in big names, I am American, I am Indian, I am German, I am... and they are spoiling their life under this bodily concept of life. According to Shastra, anyone who is identifying himself, this body, that is the first instruction of the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna brought Arjuna to fight with the Kurus, and he identified himself as this body, and therefore he thought, killing of my cousin brothers, it will not be good, because I have got bodily delusion. So, to dissipate this conception of life, that is the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna chastised him, Arjuna, asacyan anusuchastang pragyavadangscha bhasas. We are talking very big talks and plans, but actually we are nothing better than cats and dogs. This is our position, because we are identifying with this body. My country, my community, my society, my family, my ahangamameti, jivasya, moho ayam, ahangamameti. They do not know. This is the ignorance, basic ignorance. I and mine. I am this body, and anything in relationship with the body is mine. This is ignorance. But this ignorance is going on all over the world. That's a fact. This ignorance. Therefore, in the beginning, the author said, Bande Sri Krsna Caitanya Nityananda Sahodito Gauradaye Pushpavanto Chitrau Sandau Tamonudau. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, both of them have come to deliver these fallen souls of this material world who are in the darkness of concept. So they are fighting all over the world this darkness. Just now somebody told me that the king of the Arabia is killed. Is killed now by his nephew or somebody else. And this is going on. Even in family affairs, it is going on. Why? This darkness. Ahangamameti, janasya moho ayam, ahangamameti. The Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with his associates, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu, Gadadhar Prabhu, and Srivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, they are trying to dissipate the darkness of this false identification. Krishna simply instructed Arjuna about his darkness of identity, and he punished him. Asacyan anusuchastam pragyavadaksha bhasas. You are talking very big words, but you are lamenting on a subject matter on which no learned person lament. Gatasun agatasun chananu suchanti pandita. That means you are full number one. Pandita. No pandit makes like that. Now try to understand what is the position. Then he said, Dehinasmin yatha dehi kaumana jauvanam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhirastattanami. First of all, try to understand what you are. That is the beginning of Bhagavad. It is no politics. It is knowledge, pure knowledge. Bhagavad Gita is pure knowledge. The politicians take advantage of it, the sociologists, the so-called Swamis, yogis, they take advantage of it and try to prove their all nonsensical theories. But it is not at all Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita as it is pure knowledge. In the beginning with, the first knowledge one has to understand that he is not this body. Because this is the basic principle of all ignorance. I am this body. I am American, I am Indian, I am Brahman, I am this, I am that. This is the basic principle. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says the same thing in a different way. He says, I am not a Brahmin, I am not a Kshatriya, I am not a Vaishya, I am not a Shudra, I am not a Brahmachari, I am not a Grihastha, I am not a Vanaprastha, I am not a Sannyasi. These are negation. Then what is the positive? He says, Gopi bhattu padakamalu, daso dasanu daso. I am the servant of the servant of the servant of the Gopi bhattu, Krishna, who maintains the gopis. This is our identification. But we have forgotten our identification. Krishna bhuliya ji bhi bhog vancha kare, pasete mayatare japotiya dhare. We have forgotten our real relationship with Krishna and we are trying to be happy by material adjustment. This is modern civilization. One is thinking, if I get such nice house, nice motor car, nice business, nice bank balance, nice wife, nice children, this is material civilization. But they do not know, despite all these nice things, we will never be happy. Now, you Europeans and Americans, you have got a good qualification. I described many times that you are no more very much interested with all these nice things, so-called nice things. Real nice thing is spiritual understanding. That nice thing begins, aham brahmasmi, I am not this body. That is the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is instructing Arjuna that you are not this body, you are spirit soul. Try to understand. So, we should learn from Krishna, we should learn from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself. Therefore the author says that you accept this authority. Na Chaitanyat Krishnat Paratattam Paramiham. If you want knowledge, then you have missed already, because when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared 500 years ago, people already became fools and rascals. They did not care for the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Therefore he again came as devotee of Krishna to teach us how to serve Krishna, how to love Krishna. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cult. The same thing. When Krishna appeared, he said, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam bhaja. Give up everything, so-called rascaldom, just surrender to me. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said the same thing as a devotee, Jare dakho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. He did not say anything new. That is the authenticity. I am manufactured some way. These are all rascaldom. The same thing You should. You can. Just like in your country it is said, old wine in a new bottle. Similarly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching the same thing. Krishna says, Matta parataram nanyat kinchijasti dhananjaya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says the same thing. Jare dakho tare kaho Krishna pad. And we are saying the same thing. Na Krishna Chaitanya paratattam. There is no more superior truth than Krishna Chaitanya. Why? Because he is talking the same truth as Krishna said. This is called parampara system. What Krishna said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said the same thing, and we are talking the same thing. So there is no difficulty to understand the absolute truth. It may be presented in a different way, not different way, it is directly. Krishna says directly that you surrender to me. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that you praise this cult. Jare dakho tare kaho, Krishna bol. The same thing. We are not going to teach anything which is not spoken by Krishna and which is not supported by Krishna Chaitanya Devi. This is our principle. This is Krishna consciousness movement. Krishna praised Krishna himself. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu praised the same principle. Krishnastu Bhagavan Sayam. And we are preaching the same thing. We do not preach anything else. We do not manufacture anything. That is not our business. So, by the grace of Krishna, by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you all European boys and girls joined this movement under my, soliciting. I went to your country with this word only. I did not show you any magic, neither I have any knowledge how to play magic. That is not possible. I simply repeat the same thing, that here is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here is Krsna Caitanya Dev, the devotional form of Krishna. You accept them.